Hey friends, Kevin here, and today we're going to talk about some real solutions to gas prices when trying to do van life full-time or going on these long part-time trips. So let's get to it. Now, as far as gas prices, complaining might help, but it doesn't actually solve a problem or get us any closer to our goals. So unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with right now. Now, I've been in and out of this stuff for the last roughly 6 years. I've seen it high, I've seen it low, and I've seen it pretty much everywhere in between. I was thinking this morning that 27 months ago, as things began to implode, I was seeing gas at 99 cents a gallon in some places. There was actually a few hours one night where the price of a barrel of oil during the mass panic actually went to something like negative $37 a barrel. And of course, now we're swung all the way into the far extreme of this stuff now. Now, I'm sitting here based around, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky border area. If I take off from here and go into Arizona, border of California, this is a 2,000 mile trip for me, and one that, if you're a subscriber, you've seen me do a lot of things on that route before. When I made that last trip there, gas in a minivan cost me $700 for that trip. In my larger van, it would have cost me about $1,100 to make that trip. Now, we're talking about 2,000 miles out, 2,000 miles back, detouring off course roughly 1,000 miles while I'm out exploring things. So we're talking about a 5,000 mile trip. If right now I went to make that same trip, that $700 in a minivan would turn into $1,500 or $1,600. That $1,100 in a full-size van would turn into $2,500. So you've got to be able to budget that in somehow if you choose to make long trips right now. The obvious solution, if you're on a budget, if you don't have a way to make more money, or you just don't want to be pumping that amount of money into a gas tank every day, is to do things closer to home or whatever area you are in right now if you're full-time, because you may be 2,000 miles from home and have gotten stranded, almost caught up in these fuel prices where you are. And a lot of things that we all overlook, and I know I'm very guilty of this, is I certainly have this the grass is greener on the other side mentality, that if it's somewhere else, the further I have to go, the better, the more exciting it's going to be. So I have been to Utah and Iowa and Wyoming and California and Arizona and all of these great places, and I've traveled up into Canada, and I've gone down through Texas into Mexico, and yet there are things within 50 miles of me that I still haven't done, even though I'm in an area where I have lived here for better than 20 years. Certainly within 100 miles of here, there's things that I've always thought, I'd like to go do that. But even when I got into this van life and a little bit and exploring a lot more and adventuring a lot more, my mindset started 1,000 miles away from where I lived. So certainly that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few months until things settle down a little bit, is I'm probably going to be doing some not shorter time-wise trips, but shorter, less driving trips. Spending more time going at a more relaxed pace and filling in the blanks with all of these things that are much closer to me and much less expensive to drive to than maybe what I would have been doing otherwise. Keep in mind, if you're in the United States, there are something like 58,000 towns in this country. If you went and spent one day in each town, you could never see everything in this country in your entire lifetime. That doesn't count Canada, which I'm sure probably has, and I'm guessing here, 20,000 towns throughout the country. So you put all this together, you're never going to see it all. But when we start out in this adventuring lifestyle, that's what we try to do. We're trying to consume as much as we possibly can. So slow down, take it easy. Don't let these gas prices get to you. Go out and have whatever adventures you can have wherever you are, what you can have closer to home. Go do these things close to you that you've always intended on doing but have never gotten to. And I think we're all going to find out that we enjoy those things just as much as we do the things that are 1,500 miles away. As for what's coming up, of course, I have the van build on this van. I have some other videos of places I have been and some other travel things that have gone on. I know I took a break here for a while, so hopefully I'll be back on a more normal schedule now. Try to get some things out there that matter to you and will help you out in whatever type of adventuring that you're doing. And we'll talk soon.